Sharon.
Hello, everybody. So, welcome to this week's session of the Kajiado We Want. My name is Sharon, and I'll be the moderator for today. So, even before we begin, I'd like us to start by giving thanks. So, let's just bow our heads for a word of prayer. Almighty God, we come before your presence this evening, God, how we thank you because of the day that you've had. How we pray, God, that even as we start this conversation, that, dear God, you are going to be with us, dear God, that this conversation will go a long way in helping someone out there, dear God. This we pray, trusting, believing in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. And so, thank you once again, and welcome to this week's episode of the Kajiado That We Want. For our new viewers, I'd like us to kindly subscribe to our channel and also hit the notification button in order to be able to be getting any notifications relating to our platform. So ideally, what is the Kajiado We Want? So this is basically a community-based organization, which is to mean that the organization is not in any way affiliated to the government. So our focus is ideally on community development, and we have specific areas in which we focus on. So such as infrastructure. We also deal with matters to do with water and sanitation, health and drug abuse, basic education and literacy. We also deal with matters to do with environment, waste management, land use, and climate change. And we also deal with job creation for our young people. So that's basically on trade and industry. In addition to that, we also champion for the rights of the marginalized people in the community. This is to do with children and women. And the last area that we focus on is security and community policing. So basically, our idea is this platform is aimed at creating awareness by covering topical issues that are related to are basically pertinent issues in the society, and these areas are tackled by an expert every Wednesday in our social media handles, such as this, for example. So another way to achieve this development is by lobbying the government through public participation, by use of the memorandums, and also by petitioning, and at the very last resort, picketing. And lastly, we do achieve these goals by creating partnership with individuals, with associations and entities which are non-governmental. Because as I started earlier, this is a charity-based organization and it is in no way affiliated with the government. And so this group is also not political in any way. It does not aim at supporting any political leader, neither is it aimed at supporting any political ambitions. In addition to that, we have our charity. Our organization is based on a couple of values, which include volunteerism, commitment, integrity, and the respect for other people. So ideally, so you might be wondering how we gain our membership. So membership into this organization is basically drawn from our sub counties around Kajiado. So feel free to engage and participate on matters that are relating to our county and also that on matters that essentially bring development to our county. And so today we are going to be handling a very important and integral subject, which is going to be on managing mental health without drugs. As we have said, we have weekly sessions whereby we focus on issues that are pertinent in the community and they are tackled by someone who is an expert in the area. And so today we are joined by a lovely lady who is going to be taking us through this conversation, which is none other than Jane Wanjiku, who is a champion against gender-based violence. She works under the African Development Emergency Organization. She is also the Olkeri ward representative for gender-based violence cases and the youth mentor. She also mentors the youth on drugs and on alcohol, on matters relating to alcohol. So indeed, she is very suitable to be able to be handling this conversation today. And so I'd like to encourage each and every one of us to Engage with us tonight in this conversation through our chat box. You can send in your suggestions, any comments, any questions, and at the end of this session, we are going to be reviewing whatever you have shared with us. So over to you, Madam Jane.
Thank you so much, Sharon, and good evening, everybody. I thank God and I say I'm highly privileged to air these once again. Last time we talked about mental health on the relationships, and today here we are, whereby we are going to say that it is easy to deal with mental health without using drugs. As Sharon has talked more about how things have been going, how what I've been doing, I've been talking to youths. I have already 40 members that I'm working on who have been on drugs and alcoholism. And now that's why today I have the courage to say it is easy, it is manageable, so that we can live a drug free society. And I know as we continue, as we talk, as we share, as we bring solution, because we want to bring up a healthy nation, a healthy society, whereby we can stand and say that our people are having the best, we are having a healthy nation. And as we keep on talking, as we keep on sharing, it is all about service to humanity, bringing the best, ensuring that each and everybody, regardless of maybe the situation he or she may be in because of drugs, because of mental challenges, he or she can live without the use of alcohol, without the use of bang, and other hard drugs, which are making majority of us or many of our people in the society, the youth, and everybody in particular, to lose the focus. So Sharon, here we are. We are going to share more. I also thank the ADEO group that has been giving me also the platform to be able to work and to have a change within my ward or Olkeri. And also, I believe Kajiado County at large. So here we are. We are going to talk about this. We have seen so many instances whereby some people have got themselves into drugs. Remember last time we talked about the mental health, the challenges, which are the ways that people we can know that they are having mental challenges emotionally, the way people react, the way they behave, the way they get themselves, they withdraw. They feel a lot of insecure within themselves. They don't want to mingle with people. They have the emotional challenges, the feelings. They feel a lot of anxiety within themselves. We have the psychological way. These are the reactions when people are mentally ill. They become violent. They cannot be able to live with people in the right manner. And also in the social way, the social being, they are not able to relate. We have our working areas, the offices, different forms of way that people and they're living. Either it is in the hustling way, as we are saying, people are not able to relate socially. And within that time, we are getting our people getting into drugs, into alcohols, into taking marijuana, into taking the miras and all that, saying that they can be able to ease the challenges they are going through. But I want to say it is easy to manage mental health without using the hard drugs. It is easy to come up with a solution because there are people who are going through challenges and they're not using the drugs and they are able to overcome. Yes, we don't have all the same capacity, we don't have all the same magnitude, we don't have all the same strength to deal with challenges, to fight them. But I want to promise you this evening, as we are talking, we as the Kajiado We Want, as we are bringing about a solution, it is easy. It is easy to say no to drugs and to help solve that problem. Approach someone who can give a hand, a counselor, a friend, someone you can be able to relate to, someone you can be able to trust, so that at the end of the day, we are going to have a healthy nation, and that is all we need. We are going to have people who will stand and say, I don't have to take alcohol, I don't have to take marijuana, I don't have to stay in anxiety, to stay in depression. We can make it. So Sharon, this night I welcome I welcome along anyone questions, discussion, anyone feeling like he or she is about to lose himself because of the challenges that he is going through. It is not a must to get into bank. It is not a must to keep on chewing the cat. Maybe the mirror, that is it. From morning, maybe the challenges, to ease the things that one is going through. So, Sharon, this night, I am humbled, I'm grateful, and I'm believing that within our county, within our nation, we are going to move. We are going to bring a remove all of the challenges. It's broad enough. It's going to carry a lot within us so that we can make it to the end of it all, and we can make it as people together. And even those who are in drugs, I've said about the group I've been having, we have some who already we are working on detoxing. But I would say now, if at all that person got a chance to be spoken unto, to be told that don't get into this, that person would have not fallen into a situation whereby he or she is under drugs, is under alcoholism, because we know very well that the use of all these drugs, they have the side effects that they come along. They can give a life, a long term span. They bring along anxiety disorders and diseases, and people are getting even into what we are calling the clinical depression, all because of the use of drugs. All because of thinking that drugs, all because of thinking that this night and tonight, I'm welcoming everybody. We share, we come up with the best solution. And even for those who are feeling like they are losing it, they are losing themselves. They're saying that I have to go and take maybe some alcohol, not even maybe they have to, they go, or maybe they spend a night in the pubs to cap all through that, to bring to ease the challenges, to ease the difficulties, to ease the depression, the the stressful moments. And I would say this, my viewers, this night, and as we share, as we talk, yes, we know the economic status is not at good, it's not at par right now. There's so many challenges. People are almost giving up. People are feeling like I have reached my end point. And maybe someone will say the best solution is to hang in pubs. The best solution is to take that cannabis to solve the problem. But at the end of the day, come in the morning, the same problem recurs. It is not solved. The same problem is waiting. The same hectic thing, the same thing that is giving you the burden, is it hasn't been solved. So I want to believe that it is easy to live a life, to manage a life without the use of drugs. To our youths, and I would say the statistics shows that even the youth, even they are starting from a very young age. By the year 2021, it was almost like 91.6 million in the world. People were under drugs. They had mental challenges because of the use of drugs. But I would say if these people would have got a moment, would have got somebody who would stand and tell them it is possible to work out, to be able to face things in a sober way, to be able to bring along a solution without the use of drugs, it wouldn't have reached that. It wouldn't have reached to such a level. I was sharing with a friend right now around the evening, and I was telling her, I was talking to Evelyn, and I was telling her that I had a group of young men, the touts, the matatu drivers, and I was having a talk with them. And these guys, some of them were saying, it is not easy. It is so difficult. If I don't take that two for the road, I'll not be able to balance the torture, the economic, the financial torture, and even the emotional torture. But I was telling them that problem that is disturbing you, that issue that is too difficult, that is so overwhelming, it is able, you can manage it. You can come up with a solution that it's not a must that you take drugs. It is not a must that you blow up. It's not a must that you just stay alongside alcohol, taking alcohol, or any other hard drugs. So this night, I would like us, we keep together, we keep in touch, we bring along the questions, we come up, we try to share the ideas so that we can have a free drug abuse society, whereby that our youths, our teenagers, the men in the house, and also the women, this is a holistic issue to every person or every member of the society. When we're talking about the mental health, it is starting from the young people, the teenagers, it is going up to the adults, it's going to everybody. And I have also realized that even the school children that we are bringing up along, also having the challenges, are getting into drugs. Maybe a child is not able to perform well in school, or a child
Jane, can you hear us? Madam Jane? It seems like she might be having some connectivity issues. As she gains her reconnection, I'd like to open the floor. Any questions so far? Any contributions to this conversation? Yes, she's back. It seems like we lost you a bit. Yeah.
I'm back. Is it possible to hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Uh-huh. Okay, thank you, dear. Hello, Sharon.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes. You're breaking a bit.
Uh-huh. I think I'm having some
Yeah.
calls which are disturbing. Uh-huh. Is it okay
Okay.
now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, Sharon, I believe I should be carrying on. I should continue as we wait for our viewers, as we wait for people to bring along either any question or any challenge along. And I will keep on talking about the issue of managing the mental health without using drugs. And I was talking about the use of alcohol, whereby that people believe that if I use this, if one takes the alcohol, he or she is able to relax, to relieve himself from stress or herself, or to relieve himself or herself. But we normally see that the use of alcohol at times it becomes a long-term addiction, whereby somebody is becomes an addict. And when this addiction comes along, this person gets to more the increase of more stress, anxiety, and depression. So we can see that the use of these drugs to ease the mental health, to bring along, to try to like you are like someone is trying to get a solution by taking alcohol, it brings challenges with itself. We know people who have suffered from what we call cirrhosis, That's a sickness, that's a disease which is normally contributed by taking alcohol. So this person once gets to that such kind of condition, we see the kind of problems it will bring to himself or herself and to the society at large. The sickness. Is it with this now? This person will get into a situation where, hello, sorry, this person will get into a situation whereby financially he's going to drain his family, emotionally, socially. This person will not be able to interact with other members because one thing, he's under influence of drugs. But if at all we come up with a way of telling this person of counseling or trying to cover this kind of stress and depression, it will be easy. And I'm saying this night that it is possible as a society and to our leaders and to everybody who has got the service to humanity. We have a role to play within our people. We have a responsibility of trying to make a difference, trying to bring a solution to people's lives. I remember last time when I was talking about and saying that be your brother's keeper. This is a slogan I want to be using each and every moment. When you realize that someone is in difficult, someone is trying maybe to work out something and it is not possible, stand in the gap. And also something I would like to tell our viewers and everybody this night who is here, always have a moment of speaking out. A problem shared, we normally say it is halfway solved. It is halfway solved. When you hear people, someone saying that, I had no one to talk to, look for a person. I say you cannot lack a friend. You cannot lack somebody that you can share to a certain problem, a certain challenge that you may be going through. Because now, if you say that I'll take that wine or maybe I'll take that alcohol. And we can see nowadays in our society, we are having people who are selling illicit brews, some which are even so worse to the to someone to human consumption. I cannot advocate and say alcohol is good, but we have some which are so worse. We are seeing people who are taking and even they are dying. They are consuming. At the end of the day, when this person gets into addiction, when this person gets the cirrhosis, this person, at the end of the day, the liver and all that, the effects we know, the health effects that comes along with taking all these, we are losing so many people's lives. We are losing people within our society. But if at all this person never went to such a step, it is easy. Some even we are having those who are already getting into psychiatrists, whereby maybe someone took the marijuana, the bang itself, and we know very well with bangs, it comes along with a lot of mental health. It comes along with even the brains not functioning well. And at the end of the day, we get to have high rate of unproductivity. We get to have people who are walking along the street. We get to have the insecurity within amongst the people. So coming along with when we talk about the drugs, when we talk about the use of drugs, the abuse, I would say the abuse of drugs, the misuse of it is something that is killing our nation. It is something that is making and leading many into critical conditions, into critical moments whereby somebody becomes, I would say, becomes aware. Somebody is never the same again. And also to our youth, we are having them when they take all this, when they take, and this is someone tells you, I had to take that bank to release, to ease things, to equalize. Anasema ni kutoshanisha mambo, ni kuweka mambo kulainisha. But hakuna kulainisha maanake wakati anapotumia hizi mihadarati, wacha niseme mihadarati, hakuna kulainisha. And we are seeing these are the same people who are causing a lot of havoc within our society. They are the people who are bringing a lot of insecurity. So this night, as a counselor, I would say that it is possible. It is possible to manage. It is possible to come up with a solution. It is possible to speak up. And I want us to develop a moment of whereby you speak up. It is only speaking out that can help. I can see where someone is asking, where can one get help if they are in an environment where drugs are easily available? One thing, let us make use of our administration. Let us ensure that we report these matters. We say, if at all a certain place is a drug zone, we have I want to say I want to say that I work within, I also cooperate with the community policing of Lemelepo. And we have identified some areas where drugs are normally used. They're even sold to the young children in school. And even some children, I'm saying both the pupils and the students, they have been used as drug peddlers. And once we realize such a zone, we come out together as a team, we work together, and we ensure that that area is well eradicated or that person is taken action on. So it is very much easy. And I want to tell our society, never fear, don't shy, saying over an area that you know that it is not bringing up along good productivity. It is destroying our youth because at the age of 12, we identify some pupils in a certain school. I don't want to mention because of privacy and because of the concert and all that. But I want to say there's a place we got there using the young children. So it is also good. It is very much advisable. Report that matter because if we bring up teenagers who are using or who are abusing drugs, we are not going to have a productive and a healthy society. We are going to bring up people who are thugs. We are going to bring up people who are just who are just bringing havoc within. We had a case and within one area. Let me just say it within Rongai, and we are seeing some young men who are assaulting, who are abusing people. Those people are not sober because I believe a sober mind, a person with pure consent cannot do some harmful things. So it is always advisable. It is always good to ensure that report. Make sure you report. Is it alcohol? Is it illicit brews? Is it those even the hard ones, the narcotic, the mad drugs? We learned that even some boys are being packed those drugs and putting in their boxers and all that. So we have a collective responsibility as a society, as a community, as people within the Kajiado County that we have to take pure and correct responsibility because remember, we have a nation awaiting, we have our country, we have a lot of dreams which are pending, we have a lot of manpower that is needed within our country. But if at all we are going to live within a society whereby people are using drugs, people are not sober, let me just say it, let me use that word. When people are not sober, there's nothing good that can come out that will bring the best. There's nothing good that will come and give the best. And also I would say that it is always advisable to engage our youth in productive ways, to engage them. Let us form teams that can help these young men. Let us encourage them. Let us give them, let us create entrepreneurship for them. Let us create channels that will make their minds not to see like maybe their lives are not okay, maybe they are not able to meet. And I would say I got a challenge when we are doing an activity within our ward. Also, the other day, we saw that so many people by now, we have learned people within our community. I got to see we have people who are having bachelors in different fields, and these people are jobless. But remember, irrespective that you have work to come along, people are jobless. But remember, irrespective that you have not been able to get into a certain position, you have not been able maybe to accomplish that dream, it is not too late. It is not too late. It is a matter of collecting yourself. It's a matter of being determined and saying, kama leo sijapata, try. We develop a diverse way. Be diverse. Don't just usiegemee tu mahala pamoja usiseme maybe nilisomea ualimu na labda sijaweza kuhitimu, labda sijaweza kupata ile nafasi ya kuwa mwalimu. Maybe you wanted to be a lawyer. Maybe you wanted to be somebody in the society. Maybe you went along and did accountant and you believe that one day you'll be working maybe even in a bank. Maybe you wanted to open your own business. Maybe you wanted to feel somewhere in the society. And something that I have realized that is making so many people get into mental health and use of drugs, it is feel like their dreams have been shattered. developing a heart of giving up. But it's a matter of picking up. If this is not working, try the other way. Try to build something from yourself. Try to tell yourself that Sharon, I, Jane, I, David, I, Ibrahim, I can make it. I can make it, regardless that I've got papers. Because these youths, when we were talking with them, they were saying, unaona tumejaza makaratasi. And it is true. People are having best qualifications. People are highly qualified, but you don't have the job channels. But that's not the end of life. I always say, if today I have not accomplished, tomorrow is still a day. There's still a way that things can work out. There's still a way that things can be good to me. So let us embrace that it is easy. It is possible to be able to manage mental health without using drugs. Is it depression? Talk to somebody. And I am very happy because there are people who approach and they say, Jane, counsel me, help my son, help me out, help me in this. And that person have not taken anything. He or she is still flesh. He or she is still feeling that, yes, ninaona kama nimefika mwisho wangu, ninaona kama I cannot be able to make it. But that person comes in a way that and says, I need help. We have to ensure that we are making the wise, the most, we are making the good decisions that we can, regardless of feeling the anxiety, regardless of feeling like it is so difficult for you. Ensure you pick up from the pieces. Ensure that you don't allow the use of drugs, the use of alcohol, because at the end of the day, the misuse or the use of these things, your brain will never function properly. Someone under drugs, someone under this, someone under marijuana, someone under mad drug, someone under heroin, the brain will never function properly. And as a GBV champion, some of the things that you hear people telling you when someone has done something, when someone has abused someone emotionally or physically, or even socially, you hear somebody telling you, najua sikuwa najua kenye nilikuwa nafanya. Because one thing, this person was under drugs. But I would say this, what if this person was sober? What if this person was not under influence of anything? That person would not have reached to such a point. So we have to ensure that we are trying as much as we can to manage our mental health, to manage the anxiety, to manage the use of it. And I want to tell our youth, let us avoid the use of drugs. Let us avoid as much as we can the use of these substances, because others, even within their families, they're making they're bringing stress to their parents. They're bringing a lot of pain. A parent have invested in a youth. He or she took that child to high school or even to the colleges. But at the end of the day, this young boy or this young girl decided to get herself into drugs. And one thing that has brought about all this, I would say, it's the peer pressure. My friend is taking it. My friend tried it. There you are. You put yourself into the situation again. You get yourself into it. You involve yourself into it without knowing that there is consequence in future. In future, this thing will come to affect your brain, will come to affect you mentally, and you shall never be able to make the wise and the firm decision. And the group that I'm working with, it's full of young men, very beautiful. Most of them even haven't reached to the age of 30 years. And you see someone telling you, I started taking marijuana. I started taking the bank. I started even sniffing the tobacco or using the heroin because my friend introduced me to it. And I would say this, we all have our dreams. You all have a mission and a vision. Let our youth sit down. Call yourself, jiite kamkutano na jiulize right now, what do I want to become in future? Do I want to be that thug within the society? Do I want to become that nagging, that stubborn man, that stubborn young woman? Because also I have seen also it is happening on ladies also. Women who are indulging themselves, young girls who are indulging even in the taking of the shisha and all that. And with all this, it is bringing a lot of havoc. We can make a society whereby people are well, people are functioning in the best way, people are able to do things without the use of drugs, because with all these substances tuko na watu wengi wamejaa mpaka kwa jela. And I remember our honorable Dorcas, the second lady of our country. She's fighting a lot. She's visiting the prisons, shedding tears, looking at the young men who are in jail. And if these people never reach to a moment of the using, of the misuse, of the abuse, I would say the abuse of drugs, this person or these people maybe would not have landed where they are. Someone telling you, I stabbed my wife because I was drunk. Maybe that person took the bang, sniffed it. At the end of the day, the actions, because emotionally he was not sober. Remember, I told you mental health comes along. Mental health includes the challenges, that is the emotional. This person was not even able to control his or her tempers. And at the end of the day, what did that person do? He committed a crime. We are having stubborn youths who are even disturbing their parents within their home states, within their home areas. Akishavuta bangi anafika nyumbani na anaambia mzazi, I need my share. Some we have been solving problems mpaka wanaibia wazazi, even selling the parent's property, all because that this person is desperate and he needs or she needs that drug to keep herself moving on. But if at all we come up with a way, we said no to hard drugs. And to the people who are the drug peddlers, the drug dealers, those who are having those cocoons, those who have kept all those those who have kept all those, I would say they are not justice, they are not allowed illegal business. That is the word I was looking for. Those illegal businesses. Get to know that whatever you're doing, you're not doing the best. You're not helping us to bring up a healthy nation, a healthy society. And even within our county, we can see that we are having most youth, they are idlers, and not only youth, I want us even to address the men, the adults also, the adults at large, whereby a man can stay in a pub the whole night and saying, ninakunywa, ninalewa, manake niko na mambo mingi, mawazo ni mengi, ninashindwa I'm not able to meet the expectations, the things which I'm not able to meet my bills. Remember, I said that if today you have not make it, kama leo hujapata, tomorrow it is still a day. Tomorrow you can have a light at the end of the tunnel. With the group that we were having within our Olkeri ward, and I would like to thank our MCA Gather, though we don't want to bring it in like in a political way, but he has tried. He's trying his best. And other leaders who are bringing channels whereby right now we are having the ICT that was brought within our county or within our constituencies. And with this program, I would advise so many youth enroll, visit our leaders' offices, visit them, have a moment whereby you are going to be able to bring out something. Let us not give up. Let us not give up. The society requires to have a healthy nation. The society requires people who are sober, because tusipokuwa na watu ambao akili zao haziko timamu. We have seen people in offices who come in the morning very drunk. That person will never be able to deliver. That person will say a very arrogant life. But if we come up with a way, if we say no to drugs, if we say that you are not going to use it, if you are going to say that I'll not sniff the tobacco, and it's so bad because hata watoto wadogo, unaona mtoto ashaanza ile tobacco, ashaanza kusniff, thinking that it will be the best way to feel high. Juu wengine wananiambia madam, nikigonga hii mi naona mambo yote imetoshana, but there's nothing that is decorizing. So Sharon, this night as we are talking, as we are bringing all along, it is easy to manage mental health. It is easy to manage that depression, that anxiety, that feeling like you're giving up, that feeling like maybe it is this relationship, it is this marriage, because we are also having a way that nowadays relationships, as we were talking last time, is pushing so many people to get into drugs, so many people to get into mental health. Mtu anakwambia maybe sina amani kwa boma, sina amani na my wife, sina amani na my husband. And it is easy. Don't revenge. Don't get into drugs so that you can solve that issue. Because I'll keep on saying, the more time, the frequent times you are taking drugs, there is the the biggest challenge. You shall be an addict. And once you become an addict, kuacha sio rahisi. You'll get into medication. You shall start having a moment of getting into psychiatrist. You shall get into a moment that you're going to lose yourself in the name of getting a solution. You're going to a moment whereby you're going to cause a lot of chaos. Let us know within ourselves, within amongst ourselves, within you yourself. Nani, like today when I was sharing with the Matatu guys, nilikuwa nawaambia, you have your own life, you have your own dreams, you have your own visions. Usikubali mtu akuelekeze kwa mambo ambayo itakudhuru in future. If at all you are capable of taking that 100 shillings kununua hiyo bangi ama kununua hiyo heroin ama kununua hizo all those stuff, even those people who are so much addicted into cigarettes, kama unaweza, that 100 bob can do something else. You can sit down, you can take care of your health. I tell people your health is your wealth. Kaa chini, tumia kitu ambacho unajua kitaleta manufaa kwa mwili wako, kitaleta manufaa kwa maisha yako. Sit down, make sure that you are the CEO of your life, because at the end of the day, when you get onto all this, you lose yourself, you become desperate. Kuna mwingine alikuwa ananiambia mimi sionangi kama niko wa maana katika hii dunia, and I was trying to bring this young man bringing himself, and that's what I'm advocating. And I believe we are going to have a forum, we are going to have a place whereby we are going to have some.
It seems like our speaker has gone off the call. She's
Oh,
back. Hmm.
yes, I'm sorry for that. What I'm saying is this: we get to have a rehabilitation center whereby these people can be taken. The ones that I've been trying to send them to some referral places, and also getting some doctors to do the detox for them. So you can see the biggest effect when we are using drugs in the name of nataka kuzuia hii mawazo, in the name of nataka kusuluhisha hii shida. And I'll keep on saying, ukilewa usiku, when you take this alcohol, when you take these bottles, 2 for the road, 4 for the road, or 5, ama wenye hata anakwambia nakanyanga kireti mzima mawazo ishe, the same problem hasn't been solved. The same problem will come in the morning, it will recur back. So does it mean you'll keep on taking alcohol? Does it mean you'll keep on using the bang? And we can see the effects, we can see the 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 the, the toxic, that's what I want to say, the toxic side effect of it. So it is very easy. Let us manage, let us sit down, let us have a heart of, even though you cannot trust everybody, because wengine wananiambia let me tell you, Jane, I cannot share my problem to everybody, but you cannot lack that one person that you can trust. You cannot lack that one person that you can tell him that this is what I'm going through. And for the men, I want to keep on talking to men nowadays, because this is what mama tutaamka. I'll wake up with stress and I'll share it maybe within the office or within other places, na nitasema ya kwamba eh, nilipitia changamoto hii na hii, ama ninapitia changamoto hii na hii. But mostly with men, mwanaume atasema mwanaume ni kuchikaza. Mwanaume nitaambia watu shida zangu wanichekelee. But it is good to speak up. I want to encourage men this night. I want to encourage that it is not a must you get into those drugs. It is not a must ulewe. Because tunaona so many people, so many children are suffering because of the intake of parents. They take alcohol. So huyo mtoto hata hawezi kaa chini na mzazi ama baba ama mama, because I'm saying this is a collective responsibility. It is happening to both genders. It is happening to the women, it is happening to the men. So the kind of the generation that we are going to raise, the kind of people we are going to bring along, children who cannot speak to their parents because they are never sober, they are no longer themselves. So these children will try to look for solutions. And when they are getting solutions, not everybody will give them the best. Ninataka kusema because I have some people, even some guys, some youths in university. Na nakwambia mi nilijaribu kuongelesha baba yangu, but because my father is never somber, hakunisikiza. If at all it is a girl, she will tell you that my mother is a drunkard. So nitabia mama nimwambie nini? So if this girl goes to seek advice from other people, from the peers, they're not going to give her the best solution. Atamwambia anza kidogo kidogo, vuta bangi, vuta shisha. I had one that I'm trying to bring along, and the girl was telling me, mimi nikitoka nyumbani, nilitoka very innocent. I never knew about shisha. I never knew that one day I would even try the bang. And I want to say this to our parents. I want to say this to the community. Let us not even see like the youth, the people who are even going to the university, like mtoto ashakuwa an adult. Yes, we well know from the age of 18 years, that person has consent. But let us tusiwachilie. Let us not give up. Let us keep on mentoring them. Let us keep on talking to them and telling them that you still have a life, because that child is still on your hands. You're the parent who is taking care of his finances or her finances. Let us keep up on advising them. And I'll say this, that the use of drugs, it is a wide topic. The challenges, the misfortunes, the death rates that we are having within our society. And I want to say, once I've been talking to different people, I lost a friend and I shared to one of our facilitators, I shared to one of the members of the Kajiado We Want. And I was telling him, it really pained me that this man, I was trying to bring the best in him. He was among the group that I've been working on. I've been trying to reform them, to bring hope to them. And this guy was really under what we are calling cirrhosis. Alikuwa a very high addict, that such that in the morning, the first thing he was able to take is alcohol. And the kind of alcohol he's taking is illicit, is not even good. And I lost the guy through alcohol, and it passed on just the other month. And I was asking myself, if this person had a moment of speaking up, if this person was able to say that this is the challenges I'm going through, this is the way I'm feeling, I am feeling like nimefika mwisho, na ndio wengi wanasema saa hii. And I want to say, possession brings confession. Possession brings confession. When you say that nimefika mwisho wangu, sina tumaini, I don't feel like I can continue with this anymore. Your mentality starts. You just seeing yourself, you're useless. You just seeing yourself, you're nobody. You just see yourself like the only solution that I can have, it is to end my life. Na ndio tunapata these suicidal cases. Ndio tunapata people killing one another because mentally they are challenged already. They are triggered. Their minds are triggered with the drugs. Their minds are not sober. They are not okay. Na nitarudia kusema, even the DBV cases have been solved. Mwanaume anakuambia mimi hata nikimgonga sikuwa najua, ama nikimdunga kisu sikuwa najielewa. But what was the effect? The drugs, the misuse, the intake of these drugs, the intake of these hard drugs. So we can sit as a society, we can come up together as a community and say it is manageable. Kuna watu wengi, they don't take drugs. And not that they are not going through challenges, not that they are not having financial constraints. And I'll keep on saying once again, right now we know the economic status of our country is not at par. It's not at the right time. Kila mtu analia shida shida. Kila mtu anasema that I'm not able to manage my finances. I'm not able to meet my bills. Lakini nitasema hivi, if today you don't get, tomorrow is still another day. Tomorrow it is still another moment to face. Tomorrow it's still a day to say, I can make it, regardless of my today's challenges. Kesho ipo siku. And I want to say, semanga kila wakati, ipo siku, hata kama leo hakuna. And even for the youth, for those who are jobless, even for those who are losing job, because something else I would say that is making people to get into these drugs, dear Sharon, that is making people not to manage their mental health. We have the retreat, some are getting retreat, some we can see people are getting sacked because kama maybe a certain company is not able to pay people watu wanafutwa kazi, let me just use it. And this person is a person who had responsibilities. This is a person who has a family, who have people looking upon him or upon her. But it's not the end of your life. It is not the end of everything. Remember, ninasema na nitazidi kuambia, the end of something is the beginning of another one. And it is always good. Pick up from the pieces. Pick up from the pieces. Dust yourself. Arise, wake, and say, hata kama hii kazi imeisha, ama hata kama hii mshahara haitoshi, I'll try something else. I'll try to bring up something for myself. I'll try to bring something that also can maybe help me to meet up these expectations. And also, I don't want to say that it is bad to have visions and dreams. But if at all the expectations you are having are too high, they're not manageable, you're not able to meet them, walk. Just take a slow pace. Go slowly by slowly. Because we don't want to have people, we don't want to have people who are depressed all along. Tumejaza wengine ni wenda wazimu. People have lost their brain. People are not able to think anymore. They're not able to manage themselves. They are insane. That is the word I want to say. People become insane. And it is because of all these total misuse of drugs. But if we come up and say, I'll say no to alcohol, I'll say no to marijuana, I'll say no to heroin, I'll say no to mad drugs, it is possible to manage the mental health. It is possible to manage the emotional torture, the physical. Because you'll see someone who is under drugs, they are not even healthy. Their physical appearance, it's not promising. It's something that is draining the lives of the people within the society. And then we reach to a point, tunaanza mambo ni mambo na mchango, ni mambo na kujaribu kurejesha mtu kureform. And I want to say this night, if there's something that is, it's a tough, it's a hectic thing. It's a hectic activity reforming somebody, trying to trying to bring somebody back. I had a group of girls that we really had to work on detoxing, to ensure that these drugs zinaenda chini. You know, it is not easy for someone to withdraw instantly. There is a process. But if this person kama angeweza kutotumia mihadarati, kama angeweza asianze, hatungefika kiwango cha kwamba tunaanza kutafuta health officers, health people who are going to help them to detox, who are going to help to ease these drugs within their bodies. So I would say it is very easy. It is very manageable. It is very easy not to start. Don't even dare take it. Are you depressed? Are you full of anxiety? Are you feeling that you are not mentally sober? Get something. I want also to advocate something. Let people develop a habit of having recreational time. Watu hawajitreat, Sharon. Watu hawaendi mahali. What you feel? I just want to make a laugh because people don't treat themselves. Mtu anajikazia, huwezi enda mahali. You cannot go for recreation. You cannot go to have a place for cool music. Whatever you feel that your heart is going to be relieved from that tension, go take it. Apart from drugs. Let me say apart from drugs. But is it a nice music? Is it swimming? Yeah? Is it going with friends and taking some nyama choma? Is it going and making fun? Go do it. Lakini sio tuniambie that nikikunywa chupa nikilewa ama nikivuta bangi mashida zinaisha. We have other channels whereby you can ensure that you're functioning well. Your brains are okay. Your mind is sober. You'll go to that office, huh? Putting on a smile, bila attitude, bila kukompanisha watu. Is it the boss? Sila boss anaingia and everybody is able to read the physical appearance. Sura tu yenyewe inaonyesha leo ni kubaya, ni kunoma. You have seen people say, na leo ni kunoma. Unaona hiyo sura tu ameingia nayo. Let no people learn. Leo wacha watu wasikusome ati nini. Watu wasiseme na leo amegonga kamoja ati mpaka unanuka pombe na ni asubuhi kwa ofisi. My dear friends, my fellow members in the society, within the community, within our county, we can make it. Sio lazima. It is not a must.
It is not. As we operate in a sober way, other people are operating in a sober way. And they are not under the influence of alcohol. They are not under the influence of marijuana. So it is easy to manage. It is easy to say no. It is easy. Yes, someone was telling me today as we were sharing with the matatu guys, walikuwa naniambia one for the road, and even the Bible says that kidogo ya kusiaga nyama eh? Yeah, ati a little wine for the stomach. But saa zingine tunasema chovya chovya, umaliza buyu la asali. If you're taking it today ati ndio ituliza mawazo, slow by slow, you're going to get into addiction. Yeah, you're going to get into it. You're going to put yourself into danger. It is easy to manage. It is easy to say no. Na kama ni marafiki, kuwa na marafiki ambao wanakuelekeza, marafiki ambao wanakuambia yes my friend, mm? Yes Jemo, hiyo kazi labda imeisha ama umefutwa kazi. Have friends, have a circle of people who are seeing beyond. And I want to this now to address our youth. Engage yourself. Involve yourself with visioned people, people who have experience, people who have seen far, people who have been able to get into difficulties na wametomboa bila kutumia mihadarati. Have a role model, someone who is good in the society. If you know that you are in a certain field, if you went and did something in a certain field, look for somebody who has made it in that field. Have a mentor. Get to have a mentor, someone, mtu ambaye unajua ya kwamba huyu ametomboa. He's a bank manager. Talk to that person. He's a great accountant. He's someone who has a name, not just a common name tu hivi. Ni mtu ako, someone who is very resourceful. Because at the end of the day, I'll keep on saying, it is you to accomplish your dreams. It is you to accomplish it. If I would like also you to come along with something, talk, say something, say maybe some of the things, maybe challenges, or maybe things that you have also been able to identify as we continue.
Okay, thank you so much. I
Asante
am
Sharon.
overwhelmed. Thank you so much. I
Yeah.
am so overwhelmed. That was a very insightful session. Your passion precedes you. Your passion towards championing against mental health without drugs. It is impressive. It is remarkable. Um, and even before I continue with my comments, I'd like to open the floor to the audience. Anybody with a question, a comment, anything to add on? I can see there's a comment from one of our Facebook viewers who is saying that we need to keep on advising our youth to avoid drugs and substance abuse, which that has been the general theme of our conversation tonight. Indeed, the youth are the future of tomorrow, and they need to be protected, and they need to be uh, cautioned and warned against using drug abuse. So thank you so much for that comment. Any other comment or question? There's a helpline down below there. So anybody who might be experiencing, who might need some help, and when dealing with drugs and substance abuse, please call this number. I believe that it's free, right, Madam Jane?
Yeah. Okay, I continue.
Yes.
I can see one telling me and my pen taking notes. Nice advice to the youth. Pressure, thank you so much. I said that I have to have a big heart and not giving up until I ensure that we are going to bring up a healthy society within our county, within our constituency, within our ward, within Olkeri. Like the way I just said that today I had a very nice moment with the Matatu guys, and still I'm having a date with them until I've told them that I'm going to call it a date with men. That is the way I'm going to call it so that we can have a moment. So, as we are talking, as we are bringing on along, trying to manage the mental health without the use of drugs, I would say a big effect that I've also realized is what we are calling the anxiety disorder. Anxiety disorder is something that comes along with the misuse or the abuse of drugs, and whereby this person, for the treatment, it includes a lot of the counseling, the medications, whereby this person is made to take what we call the antidepressants. And I want to tell you, Sharon, it is a very hectic activity. It is a very hectic process. Sorry for that. It's a hectic process whereby this person goes through a lot. I had one who was telling me that I wish I knew. And rather than mtu afike hapo, ni vyema we say no. Because with anxiety disorder, this person keeps on getting cancer. I'm saying like the way I lost George, and I'm sorry to, although he's already deceased, because mostly we don't mention our clients. We are not allowed because of the consent and because of privacy. But this guy is deceased, and he reached to a moment and was telling me because he has died at the age of he passed on with at the age of 61, and he started taking alcohol at a very tender age. What if this person had a friend? What if this person shared the challenges? What if this person got to speak up and say, hata kama because aliumia miguu and he saw like when he got paralyzed, and sorry to say because he used to walk with crutches, at least alikuwa ameenda some therapies, but he was saying that sina ile I'm not able maybe to walk the way I used to walk. But you see what he got himself into. Aliingilia kwa mambo ya pombe na nini. So to our people, it is easy. You don't have to take it because with this anxiety disorder, it is a critical thing. And at the end of the day, we also see whereby people develop what you call bipolar disorder, whereby the treatment is usually long term. It's long life. And it normally involves a combination of medication and psychotherapy. Bipolar is the worst. Hii sasa ni ile ya mwisho, whereby this person has to live with the problem. Day in, day out, the person is always on medication. And so to our youth, I want to say this. It is possible to our men, to our women, to the society there. It is possible to live without the use of these things because hatutaki mahali ambapo we are not having people who can argue, people who can, we don't want a society whereby people cannot bring the facts and figures on the table. People cannot come up with a solution. People who cannot be what we are calling problem solving, but they create more problems, they create more chaos, they create more havoc. And as I'm saying right now, ile kitu ambacho the study I have done, people are just talking about the economic status. Rome wasn't built in one day. It took time. That's a proverb I tell people. Rome wasn't built it was not built on one day. It took time. Life is a matter of process. It is a matter of moving from one level to another. Don't rush unless a miracle is performed. And I think because sometimes God works in mysterious ways. And the way God will work in those ways, it's also having a connection with God. It's a moment it takes a heart of trust in God than anything. Yes, we have people who are called destiny connectors. We have people who will lay a foundation in you. But even before the foundation is laid, and I want to take this to the youth once again. Before even I generalize, because nimejua kwamba wana youth wengi, vijana wengi, they want to accomplish their dreams within a span of a moment. Ask somebody who has come out from the university or from the college, atakwambia mi nataka mambo teke teke teke. That is the word they use. Nataka kitu inafanyika mapema ndio best. But if you don't learn to have a process in life, if you don't have to learn that you take step by by step. Even for those who construct a house, they have a foundation. A foundation has to be laid. Lazima kuwe na msingi. Lazima kuwe na mwanzo. Take your time. Don't rush. Something else I want to tell people, don't live a life of comparison. Eh? Tulisoma na fulani amenipita. Tulisoma na fulani, saa hii ako mbele kunishida. Kwani mimi ni nini? What am I cast? You know, ile watu people have developed a nobody that maybe have the parents to say. Don't leave your son or your daughter, because this is something that is also bringing along the mental health. This is the reason huyu kijana ama huyu msichana ataenda kwa marafiki, na akishafika kwa marafiki, yale mambo ambayo ataelekezwa, it's not good thing. Na ninaambianga watu hivi, no one uses someone else heart for his or her body to function. It is you. Yes, we need one another. You need a shoulder to lean on. You need people. But you have dreams. You have visions. Don't live a comparison life. Don't live a life of regret. And I will say it again, if it does not happen to you today, if you don't accomplish today, there is tomorrow. Kuna kesho, my friend. Kuna kesho. To our men, to our women, hata kama hiyo kazi is not bringing anything, there's still another way. Let us not live a society whereby we are living a society of regret. Tunaishi maisha ya threat. Even people who have been telling one another, kama sio wewe, in marriages, in relationships, maybe invested in somebody. It's a man, maybe he invested on the wife, and maybe the wife has reached to a moment, how only any effort the man has played, or the role the man has played. Don't get yourself into drugs. Don't get yourself into actions that will bring distraction, that will bring havoc. Take your time. Sit down. Meditate. Work on it. Say that even though maybe relationship causing me to be an alcoholic, that is making me to see like my life is ending. Is it this job? Because something else, Sharon, I want to say right now, people are feeling pain, maybe because maybe they are not able to earn, they are not able to get. Alafu unaona hiyo kidogo ambayo anapata ndio tu ataenda alewe. Like the mjengo guys, wengine wananiambia mimi, madam, lazima nivute bangi niweze kuinua hii, niweze kutosha. The more that person maybe ataenda akitumia hiyo bangi, hizo mihadarati, he becomes an addict. And I want to say this, we need to bring up a sober society. We need to bring up a society whereby we are not going to have people who are mentally ill. Let me say this now. Drugs. Not people who can make right decisions. Yeah? Like bang itself. Unaona mtu tu anacheka. Laughing at himself. This is a mental illness. Others, the how to go now. I'm telling you the cases we are having. I want to say the million people that you are seeing in cells. Those people who are in jail, in one way, are under drugs. They were not sober, unless the cases of provocations. And let me just talk about it as a GBV champion, because people also, they are telling me, madam, maybe I was provoked. I never did it. This man, something else that also is making people to get into drugs. This is something that making people to get into mental health. Watu wanatumia mihadarati sababu maybe his or her self esteem was lowered. Labda wewe ni mwanaume wa saa ngapi, hata mwanaume umeshindwa na wanaume. Kuna wanaume na hata una akili, ama labda ni mzee ya mama. Wanawake wengine wako huko nje wanang'ang'ana na maisha, wewe uko hapa. Get into drunkenness, you'll get into issues. We'll get into things that maybe true. I want to say it is possible. It is easy to have also a drug-free zone. And I'm also happy for the Nakanda helpline. Nakada is a very it's awesome. It's so much fighting. It's so much working. It's so easy. Let us people know that we are having counseling sessions. We are having counseling referral services. People are ready. They are ready to listen. If at all maybe you don't trust that friend, talk to these people. Talk to even to us. Get something in a products when these commodities are being sold. They'll tell you and it is not healthy for you. Yeah, as you can seriously being warned. And there you are rushing to this thing. You are rushing to it. You are misusing it. You are abusing it. You are overdosing. Like this venye watu mpaka wanajidunga. We had a video clip which was circulating where people are compiling. Tuliona katika upande wa Mombasa ile ambayo ililetwa kwa runinga the other day. People are compiling and mixing different. Yeah, day someone turns into a zubi. Oh my god, it is so painful. Inauma kwa nchi yetu manake. Tutapata wapi vijana? Where are we going to get the future leaders that we want? Where are we going to get the correct manpower? Where are we going to get who can be the leaders of tomorrow? Right now, I'm in another field that I'm working on it, patch and mapping under the initiative of the government, and I found some youth. Watu wanatafuta taya, wanaanza kulima boga hapo. They are trying to create employment. I want also to tell people it is possible to bring up what we are calling entrepreneurship. Start a business, start something, build something, have a foundation. And I want to tell people, God rewards. This person this person is making an effort. He blesses. The Bible says that he blesses the labor of our hands. But there is no way you're going to get into drugs and you expect that you're going to get the future life. Let us of how it is. Always start. The humble beginnings, they are very much important. If we talk to these prominent guys we have within our government, if we talk to people who have walked a miles ahead of us, there was a process. Somebody started somewhere. Somebody started in a very low ground for him or her to be where he or she is. So we have a way, we have a channel. We can manage, we can be able to stay a drug free without being, without you can be able to operate that business because tuko na watu wengine kama sijalewa, kama sijavuta bagi, there's nothing I can see. Yeah? I cannot be able to equalize. I cannot ati sioni vizuri. It when you get the addiction, we all these kind of profession, they are bipolar disorder. But if this person took time, if this person was able to speak up, if this person was able to seek for counseling, no to see your gope. I want to tell people, fear not. We know the word fear, false evidence appearing real. You get to fear. You get mentally tortured. You get yourself that you cannot make it. But if you speak up, and I want to tell people within our community, within the society, learn to speak up. And for men, and I'll go back to men. Mimi nimewambia wamama, Sharon, I know you're a witness of it. Wamama ni ngumu sana, nyamazie shida. Tutaenda either kwa chama, we'll go to chamas or even to offices. Sisi we speak up. Gwito kwa ito in my mother tongue. Mwanamke atatoa kile ambacho kiko kwa roho. If she was slapped at night, she'll go tell somebody, I go through this. But for our men, because the biggest also percentage of people who are already are under drugs addiction and drugs abuse, wengi ni wanaume pia. Aliona siwezi ongea na mtu, siwezi ambia mwanaume mwenzangu, atanichekelea, ataniuliza mimi ni mwanaume namba ngapi. But speak up. talk about that problem. Rather than spending a whole night in the pub, rather than taking those illicit brews. Yeah? Unasikia wengine mpaka they say wanajitengenezea wao wenyewe. Mm? Even to these youths, to these young men who are coming up, yeah? They wanachanganya different things. And I'll keep on telling you, your health is your wealth. Because once you torture your life, once you get into this addiction, it is your body which you run into problems. It is your body which will get into havoc. I've been visiting sometimes some postmortem. I share a lot with some people within the forum, within the Kajiado, and I want also to thank David. Yeah, I go for some postmortem, and I get somebody at a maini, the liver hakuna. This person was under total alcohol. Mm? Ashaaga. What if this person took time? What if this person never went to it? I want to tell people within our society, it is very much manageable. Is. It is easy to manage that depression. It is easy to manage that anxiety. It is easy to manage that stress. It is easy to manage that situation that is making you to give up, that is making your heart to feel like you are nobody. No, pick up from the pieces. Tell yourself, I can make it. Tell yourself, I'm fear-free and wonderfully made. Tell yourself, I was telling some ladies, stand even in the mirror, simama kwa kioo jiangalie, mm, and say, I'm a woman of substance. I'm a woman who is vision. Is it a man? Don't just be a man. Just be a be a gentleman. Say I'm a gentleman. I am an overcomer. Sharon, I can see you're laughing. Yeah, these are the things I've been telling these people. Yeah, sema mimi ni mwanaume. Sema mimi, I'm a real hero. Yeah, I'm a person who can overcome. I'm a person who can be able to fight up. Yeah, I'm a person who is seen far. Na ninaambia saa zingine confuse people hata kama shida ikwaje. Because at that time you feel like you have lost your job.
We are coming to a close. Yes, Jane is back.
Yeah.
Yes, as we're coming to a close,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
let's send the final questions and comments.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, as we're coming to an end. Okay, you can finish.
Okay.
You can conclude. Yeah.
Okay. So I'd like to say this. This is a topic. This is a lengthy one. As I said that it is easy to manage mental health without the use of drugs. It is possible to live a sober mind. It is possible to walk down the street with stress or without indulging yourself into the use of drugs. And I want to say this: we need to make sure that we are bringing up able to rule our country. We'll be able to work within the premises. Remember, we are having viongozi ambao wengi si waondokia, they are going to move, they are going to leave this seat. But if we don't stay sober, if we don't stay focused, if we don't stay determined, we are going to lose it all. And I would like to say this that I am eagerly believing that I'll come up with a good forum, a rehab center that we shall work hand in hand with our society. We shall bring along a lot of youth mentorship. We shall also have a place whereby people can come and they can speak up. Yes, I don't want to mean that we don't have offices. Yes, within there. We have one at the Gravity, but it is not possible to accommodate all that. So I want to tell our youth, I want to tell the people within that let us come together. Pick up. Don't fear. Don't give up. Don't see as if you're not making it. Let us sit down. Let us have a moment of sharing. And don't allow that situation to make you feel like you're ending your life. If at all it is the financial challenges, people are going through it. And I'll keep on saying that Rome wasn't built on one day. If today you don't make it, you still have tomorrow. If today you're not able to meet your expectations, still believe in yourself that you can make it. Tusikubali kutumia mihadarati. Tusikubali kujiweka katika hali ambazo zitadhuru maisha yetu, zitadhuru afya yako. Let us not reach to a point ati tunakimbia, we are running to bring up somebody back to a normal way, to a sober person. I want to say this, Sharon. Let us combine hands. Let us tell people within, let us tell our youth, we can live a drug-free zone. We can live a free life without the misuse of drugs. Our mental health can be improved with without the use of these drugs. Speak up is speak up. Is it anything that is making you lose self-esteem? Because I want to say this, Sharon. People are losing their self-esteem. You are seeing like you're not making it. And I also, as I conclude, stop comparing yourself with someone else's life. If someone is ahead of you, if someone is miles ahead, don't compare yourself. There, nakanda, seek for counseling, but never compare yourself. Never see like you're nobody. Never see like you cannot make it. Never see like you are born to suffer. You know, there are people, even the youth, the guys, people are telling me naona kama niliumbwa tu nipitie katika shida. No, no, you have a dream. And because it is within yourself, you have the dream and the vision and the mission. Work on it. Cultivate. Prune it if it needs to be pruned. Water it. Try, diversify, have a diverse mind. And I'll still say, walk, interact with mentors, interact with people who have seen, who have walked miles ahead of you. And so within this night, as we come into conclusion, within our county, within Kajiado County, I would also like to bring this on board. Let also us have leaders who are going to hold hand in hand with the people within the society. We are seeing so many youth are jobless. We are seeing so many people are struggling in one way or another. Let us have initiatives. And I want to thank the Kajiado We Want Forum. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having such a platform whereby we share and we talk. So I would bring this challenge along even to our leaders too. Let us have a combined effort. Help where we can. I know not all of us, Sharon, can fit in the offices. And I was telling the youth the other day, not all of us can fit in the white collar jobs. But we have other ways that these people can get either the mentorship, they can get empowered, they can get a help where they can be able to work their lives out. And already I'm saying we have the ICT initiative within Olkeri, within the different wards. We have the one we have in Gong, we have Ololwa, we have Rogai. Our MCS, I know already they are aware of what of the ICT that came along. Let our youth go join them. Let them go and be part and parcel of this. Let us have channels. Let us people get to be part and partakers of the society. And something also I want to say: information is power. People don't get informed. People don't follow information that are coming along. Another challenge Sharon would bring along. We usually have the public participations of our county. People don't attend. People don't follow. And these are channels whereby we air a lot of our views, we talk about a lot. So I would say this as I conclude that mental health is manageable. And as I said last time when I was talking about the relationships and all that, I want to say this: be your brother's keeper. This is something I don't like leaving behind. Be your brother's keeper. Hold someone's hand. Let someone not feel like he or she is all alone in this world. I want to say no man is an island. We need one another. I need you, you need me, so that we can bring the best within our society. We can bring the best within our lives. Have someone, hold someone's hand, leave that somebody. Usiachilie mtu angamie. Usiseme tu nilikuwa namuona akilewa. Usiseme tu kijana wa fulani aliingia katika mihadarati. Remember, if you don't solve a problem, if you don't bring a solution, that person, they are the same people who are bringing havoc within our society. So let us live a life whereby we are going to help one another. We are going to manage our mental health without the use of drugs. We are going to come up with solution. We are going to give the best we can. Na ninataka kusema hivi Sharon, watu wazoe kujitreat. Get something. Yes, I'll keep on saying this. Get something that will make you maybe is that problem rather than creating more problem. Dance if you can. Put music if you can. Yeah? Go somewhere and share with friends without taking the alcohols, without taking the marijuana. Huh? Go somewhere you can feel that something is, yeah, where go somewhere where you feel like, hmm, you're being accommodated, you're being recognized, but also lower your expectations. When you see that you cannot make on these, lower your expectations. So this night, I would also like to share my contact. I would like to say my number in case of any query, in case of any challenge, in case of anything you feel like you want to share, you want to talk to me. You can also reach me on the contact on my 0710-314-795. Sharon, a comment on the Kajiado We Want forum. Maybe we can follow that as we conclude.
Okay. So before that, maybe I can give you a minute to tell us about the safe houses. How can we contribute towards the same?
On safe houses, I'm believing or my big way or a channel of giving a hand is coming up with one. We can maybe brand it within the as the Kajiado We Want, whereby we are going to have it as our resource center because most of the safe houses maybe that have been going through some are not able maybe to accommodate mostly above ages 25 and above. Like now the issues I've been having with women at times they cannot be accommodated. For men rehab at least we have a few, but I would also want us to come up with one a safe house whereby we are going to have the rehab. I was sharing with one friend whereby we are seeing more so about the children's home. The government, we are aware it's having an issue on it. But on adults, we can have a rehab whereby people can come up, even a counseling center. Let me just put it and say that a counseling center where people can come for counseling, people can come up for the awareness within the quick match Kiserian, the open forum to Lika tukaanza kuongea, and it was a group I was able to talk to. So, but I think and I believe we come up with a safe house, we come up with a place whereby we can also give these men where they can go for the rehab, they can go for the detox of the drugs because some are too expensive. They are not able to meet. They are not able to meet the cost of it. It is a challenge. Someone is ready to get reformed. Someone is ready to quit drugs and get to a rehab. But are but if you can not say go whereby Rima going is we have one issue of a guy from within the Kajiado West constituency, the Kajiado West, and we are trying. I'm trying so much as I can. The mother is almost like giving up on the son, but I told her we are going to try as much as we can because some of the rehabs are so much expensive. But if we come up with one that will be affordable, that will even we can also be able to sponsor these young men, it will bring about a change. Remember, at times, people who are low in life, people who have not even reached to the standard, who are not able to meet their daily needs. It will be a challenge when you tell somebody to pay 250,000 because we know some rehab, in fact, are very expensive. But if we come up with one, a place whereby we can be able to accommodate people at different levels, maybe with affordable prices, it will also be good. Have many. There are people who are willing to come up with to get rid of drugs, the people who want to reform, most of them. And I would like some of them, we are having a meeting tomorrow in the afternoon. These are guys who are ready. That touches my heart and makes me feel pain at times is that at times I'm not able to meet their needs. And this person is ready to change. Someone is telling you, mimi nikiweza kusaidika, nikiweza kukaa mahali, madam, niachane na hii mihadarati, niweze kurudi the good boy I was. I'm happy wengine wameanza mpaka kuoga. I want to show you that we are having very critical cases within our community. But nowadays niliwambia mimi ukija kwa mkutano yangu hakikisha you are clean. So if this person even is able to start taking a shower, this is someone who is ready to change. So that is my big plea, my humble request that if possible we come up with a rehab that will be accommodative, that will be able to be able to help the people who are low in the society, people who cannot, people who are already giving up, people who are in critical conditions. And also even for the women, I would say that women, the challenges with women, we try, I'll try as much. Wengine ninawarifaa kwa wazazi wao, and you see even some they don't want to go back to your home places. But I know with Evelyn, I know with the Kajiado We Want, we are going to have a solution on all this. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. Time is so much spent. Maybe one question, one very pressing question from the audience, if any. Okay. But all the same, Jane has shared her number. And so anybody who might have any question or any comment might feel free to reach her. So, Jane, on behalf of the Kajiado We Want and also the audience, we thank you so much for taking your time to be here with us today, for sharing your insight. It is very evident that you're passionate about the young people and when it comes to drugs and substance abuse. And as you've said, this is not a one-day conversation, and it is also not a battle for one person. So it's about collaborating, each and every one of us, me as Sharon, as Jane, all of us coming together to fight this. And so I believe that this conversation has gone a long way in helping someone in the audience. So that is also to thank everybody who logged in. Yes, so I would like to thank each and every viewer as well. Everybody who logged in for your patience throughout the session. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you in the next week as we're having the next
Okay,
conversation.
Sharon.
Yes?
Yes, Sharon, thank you so much. As we wind up, I know nitapata vita kesho. I want to say hi to all my youth within the Olkeri ward. Niliambiwa nao vijana nisiwaache nyuma. They really told me hakikisha ya kwamba umetusalimia. So I want to say hi to the Bogi team. Niko na vijana naita Bogi, Zizu, akina Lentela, all those guys in the Olkeri ward. I want to say I love you, young men, and we shall keep together. Ni watu we are coming together, tunashukuru wanapata mipira nini all that. So to the youth, to the matatu guys, they also told me don't forget us. I want really to appreciate you, and I want to tell you you are my ambassadors also, you are my pillars. Talk to the other youth also, tell them we can live a free drug zone. So now wapenda water, and together we are going to make it. And to you, don't dare give up. Don't dare give up. You have a bright future ahead. And you are the CEO of your life. Nawatambua sana. And even to Edgar Ghetto Radio, I'll be on Get Your Radio on Saturday, 7 a.m. in the morning. Let us also hook up there. I give you a big salute. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless the Kajiado We Want. God bless you, Sharon. May God do us great. And service to humanity is not in vain. A solution is all we need. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. As we are leaving, I'll leave you with one thing to think about, that our emotions are not our reality and they don't also shape our reality. We are the people to create the reality we want to see. And so let us create a drug free reality. Have a lovely night.
Thank you. Good night to all. I love you. God loves you too. You can make it in life. God bless you. Bye bye.